2008, Del, I left my group practice and started integrative pediatrics, and about 1,000 patients joined me. We grew that practice to over 15,000 active patients over a
Wow.
matter of just a few years. And it was in around the time, 2016, I wrote the vaccine friendly plan. That's when I created the data set that became the publication published in a peer reviewed journal, this Vaxxed Unvaxxed study that's based on real world data of over 3,000 patients, every single patient born into my practice from the day I opened my door to the day we closed this data set was included. No exclusions like you see done by the pharma studies that
Right.
they cherry pick who they're going to look at. This is every single patient born into the practice. I was a pro-vaccine doctor, trained mainstream, and when I started hearing patients telling me, and I started seeing it for myself, all these medical chronic conditions that are clearly more prevalent in the highly vaccinated, I thought, wow, how do we ever get the world to see what I'm seeing? And what we did to really make sure we were comparing apples to apples was there were 500 and some unvaccinated, no vaccines at all. We age matched those 500 to 500 vaccinated kids. Now realize these are variably vaccinated. They're not CDC scheduled vaccinated kids. Actually, some wise person, it might have been you, I forget who said, why don't you do a quality assurance analysis of your data? I thought, yeah, why don't I? I mean, in medicine, if you do an intervention, like any change to what's normally being done, a really ethical thing to do is to look at the outcome of that intervention.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. On November 23rd, 2020, we published this study in a peer-reviewed journal, and Dell, it was rigorously peer-reviewed. It took
Yeah.
months to get it through that process. But the data that you shared, it's there. It's powerful.
Even in the lighter vaccine schedule, you see this dramatic difference in all of these illnesses in just those that had this lighter vaccine schedule compared to those that didn't get the vaccines at all.
For eye infections, way up in the vaccinated, ear infections, throat infections, allergies, and then you go on down for lung infections, take it to the whole body, ADD, ADHD, anemia, all significantly increased. I mean, the curves are just astounding. You'll see on the summary, the orange curve for those with vaccines just goes up and up and up over the years, and it's almost flatline for the unvaxxed. My unvaxxed were never ill, but to see it in a peer-reviewed, rigorously reviewed journal article, the data, which was blinded and then reviewed and brought to the public, speaks for itself.